last time we were here, it was the three of us.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Just trying to keep that going.
Keep those vibes there.
Keep the vibe there.
Awesome performance tonight. What were you most pleased with on court?
Yeah, I think I was most pleased just with my mindset, going out with a fierce mentality and just being relentless, playing an aggressive game style, and also giving myself room to breathe if I made a mistake, and just having that short-term memory and just forgetting about it and moving on to the next point. So I think I did that really well.
Yeah, we saw that fire out there from you.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion that brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
Other than a win, though, what are you looking for when you're playing your first match on clay of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think just getting my feet under the ball, feeling the clay, not being afraid to slide around, do some things a little bit differently, play with a little bit of variety here and there. And I did a good job of incorporating some slices and high balls and as much as I could, you know. So I still am always going to play pretty aggressive, but I think mixing it up is always good on clay.
You come here as the returning champion. What's it like to see your face right there on the stadium?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like so incredible coming back here as a defending champion. You know, this is a tournament that I grew up watching and always wanted to come to, and what a dream to be able to live out my childhood dream and get to do this for a living. I'm just so grateful.
Should Mr. Q be on the poster?
I am gonna have to ask if we're gonna get like Quincy on the next like banner they put up at some point. Yeah, I mean, Quincy's just like, he's my little sidekick, you know. There's no Danimal without Quincy.
He's part of the Danimal. That is for sure. Listen, there's a growing family that you have right now. Yeah. A dog that you rescued in Miami. What's the latest on Crash?
Yeah, Crash is doing well. He's going to boarding school for 2.5 months. He still has about a week left of recovery. We got to have him at home for about 4 days. And, you know, I was so emotional dropping him off at school. It was really, really hard for me, you know, because it's definitely emotional when you rescue a dog off the street and you see them, you know, really going through. I mean, I'll tear up even, you know, talking about it. But, you know, it's terrible what happens to a lot of these animals on the streets. And I'm just lucky that I could be there and get him to an animal hospital. He would have been euthanized, you know, if he would have went anywhere else. And I'm just glad that I had the means to be able to help him out. And now he's part of my family, and he's such a sweet guy. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting when we get him back from school. And we're going to have a lot of fun, and Quincy's got a new brother.
It's truly amazing that you're able to do that, Danielle. How has Crash and Mr. Q gotten along?
It's been a little bit tough, I'll be honest. I think, you know, Quincy got used to being an only child for a while. He's used to being around my parents' 3 dogs that I also rescued. But I think it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for sure. But Quincy's kind of the disciplinarian. I'm a little bit soft when it comes to the dogs. I have a hard time saying no and give them whatever they want. And Quincy definitely lets Crash know when his puppy energy is a little bit too much, which is good. And hopefully when he comes back from school, you know, he'll be a little bit more mature and learn some new skills. And I think Quincy will appreciate that. And, you know, my motto's gone from, like, with my merchandise drop, like, play tennis, cash checks, rescue animals, and give them the bougiest lifestyle possible. That's my new motto.
Okay, so we need some new T-shirts.
Yeah, we need some new merch. So stay tuned, guys.
Sarah,
yeah.
make the new T-shirts.
Yeah, we're going to work on it.
Listen, what's going on with the chickens as well? Because I know you have some chickens at home too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I am like the crunchiest granola person ever now. I mean, I'm sure that kind of takes a lot of people by surprise, but I've always wanted to have my own farm, and I've now started with 7 chickens. That are so sweet. They're very similar to the dogs. You know, 2 of them tried to get in my car before I left for the trip in Miami. Okay. Yeah, they're so funny. And just learning about them, taking care of them. They're so innocent, so sweet. And, you know, it's just a really cool concept, like being able to have them, taking care of them, getting to have their eggs, you know, and just like, I don't know, it's so different from what I do the rest of the year, to go home and be cleaning the chicken coop and trying to enhance like their coop as much as possible. Like it's fun. It gives me a lot of purpose and joy. So I'll definitely be getting more livestock in the future for sure. I think, you know, donkey's next. I got to get a donkey because got to protect them for the coyotes, you know, and I guess that's the best deterrent. So that's next. And definitely horses. So I love horseback riding. That's one of my biggest hobbies. So yeah, I'm gonna have my hands full post-retirement.
I love that. Bougie Chicken Life as well.
Yes, Bougie Chicken Life.
What are their names?
Laverne, Shirley, Lucy, Ethel, Beauty, Moira, and Lobster.
How is a chicken named Lobster? Where'd that come from?
My chickens are also bougie, and I found out that a lot of them really like lobster. And she also kind of looks like, her face is kind of like red like a lobster. So yeah, it was just kind of fitting. Yeah, I know the names are kind of funny.
Does Quincy have a favorite chicken?
It's interesting. Like, Quincy kind of keeps a distance. Like, he'll probably go within like 2 or 3 feet from them, but then they keep a distance, he keeps a distance. It's like this mutual respect, which is really nice. So hopefully, yeah, you know, when Crash comes to the property, they're gonna try to train him to make sure that he, yeah, you know, doesn't try to go after one of my chickens.
The Danimal household is wild right now.
It is pretty wild. Like, I gotta go easy on, you know, picking up pets. And you know, I said, I was like, if we pass any more animals, you know, on the road, like, I am screwed. Like, I'm gonna have to quit my job and be a stay-at-home, like, pet mom.
Well, you got to cash more checks so you can give them the bougie lifestyle.
Yeah,
and play more
exactly.
tennis.
That's the thing.
So you talk about what you're doing in retirement. Last year at this time, this was going to be your last time here in Charleston. It was going to be, you know, retirement for you. How has it changed your perspective and approach on court, knowing that you're back and you're playing more tennis?
Yeah, you know, I just look at it as bonus time, and you know, now with all these new hobbies and animals of mine, it's like, you know, something's got to pay the bills, right? So, you know, it's definitely all the funds are basically going towards their 5-star life.
Final question for you. This is from Coco Vandaway. She wants to know why you don't text her back.
Oh my gosh, I text her back all the time. She's full of you know what.
Okay. that was the
so
latest.
You know, I love Coco. We'll have to FaceTime her. We'll have to do a live FaceTime on Tennis Channel.
Next interview after your next win, FaceTime her.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. And she can interview me.
All right. So that's motivation.
That'll be a wild interview. Tennis Channel might be like, we have to separate these two.
Ratings are going to skyrocket every time you're on air.
It'll go viral. So.
We love that.
Yeah, we love being a meme.
Give it up for Danielle Collins. You're defending champion here in Charleston.